Hello, welcome to my video. This is going to be a quick rundown of the game V Rising, along with some beginner tips. If you like vampires, enjoy vampire lore as much as I do, you might already be playing this game. But if not, you should definitely check it out. V Rising is a very well developed MMO. I've been enjoying the gameplay a lot. You can play it solo, or you can also play with your friends. You can do online, you can just join a server that's already been made and it is an MMO. Or you can just do a private game and host your own world. You can invite guests to play as long as you're online because it is run locally on your own system. Your friends or family can play with you. As soon as you log off, though, it works the same as other games that do this as well. So right now I'm just playing a private game, and it does give you 3 choices. You can play relaxed, which is what I'm playing on my solo game. You can do normal, which is the standard experience. The boss fights, all the mobs that you have to kill and farm will be a lot more difficult than it is on relaxed. Relaxed is centered more on exploration, building, not as much combat. Standard, the combat's a lot more challenging. And then if you want to try brutal, if you're like a hardcore survival game player, you might want to try this one out. I have not, because my fighting skills are not the greatest, so I really like relaxed. And then it'll give you you can change this. You don't have to go with whatever option they give you. And if it is going to be a public server, you are going to want it password protected so that you don't get some trolls dropping by and interrupting your game. So I do have my game started. If you want, you can rent a dedicated server, and it does allow you to set up different settings on this server to make it easier for whatever players you're trying to attract, whether it just be your friends or if you want to open it up to the public. The online play, there are official servers already set up. They will likely be just standard play, so crafting in the mobs that you have to fight, the mini boss mobs, etc., will be a lot more difficult. So we're just going to go back. I've already been playing for a while. I've been leveling. So this game is your level is based on your gear level. So you want to advance your crafting enough to craft the next level of gear, and that will determine what your gear level is going to be. So depending how many pieces of the next level gear you've completed will increase your total level and all of your stats included in that. The other thing, a lot of the recipes for your crafting levels do drop off the mini bosses, and there is a journal that shows you the next each set of bosses that you're going to be going after. So we'll have a quick look at that first. So when you first start the game, you're going to start in Act 1. And the first boss you will encounter is the Alpha White Wolf. He's not too hard to kill. He does have some wolf mobs around him, but for the most part it's pretty easy. And you will gain your wolf form from that, which is your travel form. There's no like sprint or anything in this game, or run, so you use the wolf form to go faster. And then the next level will be Keely, Errol, and Rufus. These guys give you more, like you get the tannery crafting table from this boss. I like to refer to them as mini bosses because they are out everywhere in the world. They're not like a raid boss or anything, or even a harder world boss. These guys, they really are more like a mini boss. And you will get the recipe to make leather. You'll get your travel cloak, which helps with sun resistance. This is a vampire lore-based game, so sun will affect you, and it does reduce a lot of your health very quickly. And you do get the empty water skin with that one, and then so on. Each one gives you different things. This one gives you the storage. Sometimes you'll get building like furniture, etc. for your and then of course you get your workbench from this one. So those will be the first ones you put down, and as you go up, so you want your gear level to be around level 20. 27, you can do them a little bit lower if you're just working on relaxed. I do find I kind of like my gear to be either the same level or a little bit higher, just to make the fight a bit easier, because if you are a couple levels under it, it is quite challenging to get through. So once you complete all these guys, you'll complete Act 2. As you see, I have completed all of these acts. So as my gear level gets higher, you keep going up the ladder. Right now my gear level is, I think it's 61. So I did complete this guy. It was pretty challenging of a fight, and I did do Ziva. I do need the radium alloy to finish my next quest. So it keeps going up, and every level you go up, the area that you're going to be questing is going to change. So when you start the game, you will start down here. This is the starter area. It starts you in a crypt. Once you awaken, you will take either of these two vampire gates, depending on which side of the map you want to start on. Both sides are pretty equal, so it doesn't really matter. It'll probably depend more on where you want to start your first base, your first castle. I started up here because it was pretty central. If you've never played before, you'll probably want to pick a spot closer down below, because as you go up, it does get a little bit harder. The mobs are a bit harder to kill. So the next area you go into after that will be this one. So I made my second castle here. I just entered into this area now, so I will probably start a castle up here. If you are playing on a server with that's multiplayer, a lot of these places will be taken. So where you start will depend if you can find an open spot for a base, for your base castle. Yeah, and I think most of them will allow you to build 3 castles. So you can build one in 3 different areas that way. Unless they have it set, it depends how busy the server is. They might allow you to do more, or they may have it set for less. It'll depend. And you probably are going to want to pick a server that is in your time zone. If you accidentally pick a server that's European based but you're North America, you will notice a lot of lag. Your frames per second and your ping will be pretty high if you're not locally. Of course, the rule of thumb is the closer the server is to your own, their game server is to your location, they'll have mirror sites. The better your gameplay experience is going to be. But I mean, that's a basic fact that most gamers are aware of already. But just in case you're new to MMOs, once you start building your castle, you're going to want to have your crafting tables in a closed-in room, and you're going to want the matching floor to get these 2 buffs. And it has to be, the floor has to be in one enclosed room. You can't say have 2 types of flooring, like the workshop flooring and the tailoring flooring, in the same room. It won't give you the buff. There has to be some kind of separation. So in my workshop, I do this. You can make other types of like smaller rooms and put the floor down, and it does still work. So I do kind of have them together, but I have a wall. Doors count as a wall as long as it's separated. And I have 2 types of flooring. So you can still get your table buffs that way. Grinder and the sawmill will be 2 of the first things you're going to get as well, to start you off, because you cannot build your castle until you start making the planks and the stone brick. And then the next one will be the furnace for copper. And eventually you'll get different storage units that are geared to one type of item. So this one's geared to anything for the forge and the workshop area. And then of course I have these ones, which you'll also get later. You can put any kind of material in, doesn't matter actually. So you don't really need the specialized tailoring stuff when you first start. To upgrade your gear, you will get just the simple workbench. So your first set of gear and your first upgrade to your weapons is going to be on here. Actually, when you start out, you do have crafting that you don't need a table for. So the first things you are going to craft will be this, and then these pieces are actually used to upgrade to the next set, because see, you need your bone sword, planks, and stone to upgrade this. Level 3, the second one is level 6, and so on. I'm all the way up to 18 now. But your gear is level 1, level 2, level 3, and so on. The rings, I never checked what increment they go up in. 3. It must be 3 as well, same as weapons. And it gives you some potions to begin with, like your standard potions that you're going to need. Your health potion, minor sun resist. Because if you do get caught in the sunlight, it is quite devastating. You will find out quickly why you don't want to be stuck in the sunlight. So yeah, you want State of the Shadows. That's why a lot of my streams were titled Stay in the Shadows. I said before, I have died more times to sunlight than pretty much anything else. So this is a quick look at my castle. I do have I have 3 stories going now. I do have a 3-story tower set up. I did increase the castle size limit. There's only so many squares you can put down. This is built on a grid. The building system is really easy to do. It is built to the grid, which is like the perfect. They're like a fairly large square. This would be one wall that you would place. So it is pretty easy. I also did like a cute little hedge maze. As you go up, you'll get more patterns and stuff to decorate your buildings. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy. You also do get to capture servants. I have my servant coffins in this one. So the more servants you have, the more missions you can send them out on. You do get to make a throne. This is my throne. So if you sit upon it, you get to control your servants. Oh, he's injured, so I probably don't want to send him out again. I should look at a way to heal him up. I'm sure over time they probably heal, but yeah, so I won't send him out on another mission. If you do want to send him out on a mission, you just click on an area. It tells you what all you can get from the area. This is what you would get if you sent him to that area. And then this one you can send 2 at once. A lot of them you can only send 1. The higher the level you have this at, the less chance of injury and the higher percentage chance that they will complete it, but the hours that they're out is a lot longer. If you send them out on this one, it's like 24 hours. So if you reduce it, it goes down incrementally to how you reduce it. So that's pretty much it for the basic gameplay. The game itself is not extremely difficult. I have it on relaxed. Yeah, anyone of any gaming level could pick this up pretty quickly. It is like the vampire lore part's pretty cool. They did just add in Dracula over here, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do with this. Maybe right now it has a the door is actually sealed, so I'm not sure if there's something maybe later on in the game you can do with it. Right now, kind of works the same as World of Warcraft incursions. You just go to the site of the incursion, you kill mobs, so they're just starting up. So you kill the mobs that are there. There's like a crystal floating in the air that they have used a ceremony to summon. So you just follow the crystals, you kill the mobs surrounding the crystal, and it will break, it destroys the crystal, and then you can collect the shards that are the rewards for this. And it will drop ancestral weapon parts that you need to forge. There's a forge. I haven't built it yet, but you can piece them back together. It just takes some materials. If you are on a server with other players, you will want to set your base up so that they can't enter. I do have it set up like this, even though I'm playing solo, but there's no way that another player can get in here. And I have everything locked behind gates and fences. They can use explosives to blow holes, so they can raid your base if you are on a public server. So you have to be careful. There's a lockbox where you can put your most valuable possessions in, and it cannot be broken into. So they cannot raid everything. The more servants you have guarding your base, the better, if you're worried about being raided. So you will want the max amount of servants. Because I'm just playing locally, I don't have to worry about that yet. I don't have any other players on my local servers. Oh yeah, a new feature they added to this. You can set a waypoint, any place that you want to go, and it'll draw a red line for you. So you just have to follow the red line to get there, which is a great improvement. Before you would just run around in circles trying to get to your waypoint, especially if it was a long way away. Now you don't have to check the map as frequently. You can just follow the red line. It's great. Oh, and the other thing they added in was the coloring system on your armor. So for every piece of armor you make, you can change your color. Like I could be red. I just happen to like the purple. There's different ones. Gives you like for each color combo you pick, the accent colors are different. That one's actually not bad. I might run that for a little while. Kind of like having that lighter trim and belt. So the trouble with the pistols, you have to aim. So it does take a little bit more skill. Oh, he's at 31. Yeah, we need to feed. So when you feed on any of the mobs, it does fill your blood pool. The higher their percentage is, the higher level of buff you get. So if I can find one probably 40% or higher, I'll get that the third level. And if you can find 100%, then you get all of them. So it really gives you a huge buff, which I like to save. Like if I get a high one, I'll save it for when I do a boss. What are the mini bosses? Okay, so these guys fire arrows with, fire. Oh, 48. Yeah, let's snag that. So we are going up. Yeah, if I do find ones that are higher, I will definitely get them. Okay. Oh, not quite. Must be 50 plus. to get level 3. You can mouse over them, it'll tell you what level they are. Oh, the work is at 20. So if you do find one that's between 90 and 100%, I like to try to capture them and take them home because I have prison cells set up. Okay, so I have killed some mini bosses. Some of them will give you extra talents. This one is you use to dominate a human if you want to take a prisoner. Blood Hunger will tell you what level, gives you an easier map to what level they are. Exposed Vein is if you want to help a friend if they're really low on blood and you have a really nice buff on you. You can use it to oops, try to hit this guy. He's leaving. Yeah, the one thing I hate about pistols, it's kind of why I like the spear for these guys. It's a little easier to target. Yeah, you have to be really good at targeting. So every time you kill mobs, they do drop stuff that you will need, crafting materials. So I have unlocked the human form. There are vendors here, but these guys are townsfolk. Oh shit, I didn't do that quick enough. I gotta get away from these guys. So now sunlight's up, so I'm gonna have to stay in the shadows too. Okay, let's try that again. So I can change into a human form disguise. But because it's sunlight, I gotta kind of stay in the shadows. So if you're not in your human form disguise, you cannot talk to these guys. They will cower in fear. And then, of course, this one only sells gems. This one. So these are the only type of vendors that exist in the game. But for each level, or each area, they go up in level. There's a vampire vendor in the Mortium area. The Silverlight area, which is the highest level, has the next set of vendors, and they take this coin here. So the lower one just takes copper. This middle level takes silver, and then the highest level takes this. It's like an imperial coin, I guess. She sells like seeds. Oh, you can get more cotton seeds. I didn't bring my silver with me, so I can't buy anything right now, but I do keep it in my lockbox at home. And then there's 2 other vendors, so these guys won't bother me. While I'm in disguise, they think I'm just a regular human. There are certain mobs that can see through your disguise, so you have to be careful. They will have like the little eye over their heads, and if they see you, they will come after you.
Enjoy my humble shop.
I can buy, these are recipes that normally I can research them at the at my study. So you get different research tables. The first level table, all those recipes were the copper coins, and they were on the other vendor. These ones are the silver, so they're like the mid-range patterns. And of course, the patterns do rotate on these guys. The reset time, for me now it's in 38 minutes. So if I was to come back after the 38 minutes, some of this stuff will have changed to something else. So if there's a certain item you're looking for, it might show up when it resets. Especially the patterns. If there's a certain pattern that you want, if you come back, it could show up on the reset. So that's it for that. Let's get out of here where it's safe. Or sort of safe. Do not park yourself in the shadows and think you're going to be safe, because the shadows move with the sun, the movement of the sun. So I might stay here, but if the sun, as the sun keeps going, you can see it on the dial up here. It will, the shadows will move. So you can suddenly no longer be standing in the shadow without realizing it. If you park yourself and go AFK, you can come back and you'd be dead from sunlight pretty easily. This is where you learn the different So scrolls will drop off of random mobs. And the more you get, it takes 75, you can randomly discover one of them. Those vendors I just showed, you can buy some of the recipes. If it doesn't show up, you may have to go back later till after it resets and changes to, some of them will change to a different set. If you're looking for something specific, like if you're looking for a piece specifically from the Unarmor set that you haven't fully unlocked. I made this one because I unlocked it already. I think I unlocked 2 pieces, so I just bought 2 more and finished it. And then I got these later. Some of them sets might be a little bit better to your play style, so you have to check the stats after you unlock them on the tailoring bench. And then the first research desk was this one. But yeah, that's it for this game. So like I said, if you love vampires, I definitely highly recommend it. Vampires and MMO type survival games. This one is the perfect one to give it a try. And thanks for watching my video. Have a great day.